Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, GeoBoss DE. We're going to be getting right into a very interesting video coming from Nalf himself. This one is titled, After 70 Years in Germany, This Shocks Me. Literally, I just got on YouTube and it's the first video on the bloody page. So, let's see what Nalf has to say about the USA after 70 years being in Germany. One of my actually, high on my list favorite countries. I've never been, well, I have been to Germany. I have been to Germany. I just haven't been to Germany. Like, I flew to the German airport, then flew right back out of it. So I have been to Germany, but I haven't been to Germany. Get the difference? Anyways, let's get right into this video. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Help me to get to 10 billion subscribers. I'd really appreciate that. But either ways, man, let's get right into this video.
I have lived in a small German town called Schwäbisch Hall for the past 7 years. I am currently back at my home in the States, and I am getting bombarded with reverse culture shock. I am very uncomfortable going in here. Quite shocking to see.
Yeah. This is where Americans come to get groceries. They put it all in one spot.
That's none of your business. Why would you ask me that?
We made it in like that.
This one drives me crazy.
This is a pepper, also known as a paprika. How much do you think this costs?
79 cents.
How expensive grocery prices are.
79 cents.
$1.50.
That's bullcrap.
Isn't that crazy?
I mean, I'm a hit Nalf with this though. It depends where you shopping, you know, in terms of Europe, because I'm telling you, that ain't cheap over here in Finland. It ain't cheap. It ain't cheap. I mean, like, for a bell pepper, I'd imagine what he just said is about the same cost. Plus, keep in mind, Nalf, the euro is stronger than the US dollar. It's like Canada to America. You get what I'm saying? So keep that in mind. I'm not trying to discredit his information.
Especially healthier food. Basically twice the price that it is in Germany. Fruits and vegetables are way higher priced here, at least in Oregon compared to in Germany.
And it's not just fruits and vegetables. Other staples, such as meat, eggs, and cheese, are more expensive as well.
Yeah, everything is very expensive. I was looking it up. Actually, you can compare a lot of the prices.
Yo, I'm trying to figure out where the hell this dude at, because like that store looks Europe. That store looks Europe. I ain't even gonna hold you. Like, I know they're obviously in the United States, but the point that I'm getting at, it looks Europe. It doesn't look American because, like, I mean, the halls look pretty tight. Like, where the heck is dude at? Like, it looks Europe. Like, it looks Europe. Europe is a lot tighter, like, you know, or probably it's because I shop at Walmart and now I'm broke.
Some of these price differentials.
There's a cost of living calculator where I compared tons of different items between Germany and Portland, Oregon. Tomatoes, 125.2% more expensive. Apples, 130.2%. Oranges, 134.7% more expensive in Portland, Oregon than in Germany.
And you see why a lot of
That's
Americans
crazy.
are unhealthy, because it is so much cheaper to eat low quality or fast food here.
Yeah, it is.
This is often why in the States poverty and obesity are related, just because
Let me see that. Let me see that. Let me see that grid.
You see why a lot of Americans are unhealthy, because it is so much cheaper to eat low quality or fast food here in the States. This is often why in the...
All right, let me see that grid. Obesity map, 2006. Poverty map, okay. Okay. Okay, South Carolina and Florida not doing bad at all. Florida is actually doing better. That's crazy. Florida is doing better. Anyways, for this one, obesity. Oh, Lord, that is insane. Florida. How is Florida doing so good, though? I'm actually surprised that Florida is doing so good on that. That's insane. Florida? Okay, shout out to Florida.
States poverty and obesity are related, just because it is so difficult for people to eat healthily at a reasonable price. And I'm noticing this when we go grocery shopping here. Behind me, we have a marijuana dispensary, a store where you can just go in and buy weed. It looks like a regular store, it looks like a coffee shop. Nice on the outside, and these are everywhere.
If you are 21 or older in my state of Oregon and a handful of other states, marijuana is totally legal, not just for medical purposes, but for recreational as well.
In Germany, marijuana seems to be much more of a taboo taboo subject, whereas in the States
Really?
it's much more open and much more accepted. And it's kind of
Really? I'd imagine that those type of stuff would have been opened up in Germany. Like, for crying out loud, the P word is literally legitimately okay in Germany. But in the United States, you cannot be a P word. You know what I mean? Think on it. The KKK. Whoa, 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 whoa! What the hell am I saying? Is it cool? Y'all, did I make a mistake just now, or is it actually that called like that in Germany, bro? That's messed up. I don't want to talk about that.
because this big boom, especially the
What is it?
recreational side of it, kind of happened while I was over in Germany. So
Yeah,
to come from
yeah.
a culture where it's a little more
7
hush-hush
years, yeah.
taboo to a culture in Oregon where it is mainstream, it's all over the place and totally legal,
Yeah.
is quite shocking.
It's
I mean,
crazy
it's
that
legal,
it actually.
right? It's totally legal. Okay.
Yeah,
This one's kind of wild.
Get
to me.
lit.
People
Nah.
almost treat politics here like a sport. People will have bumper stickers of their favorite or preferred political candidate,
Yes.
or they'll have signs of their name in their yard, or even flags of their favorite political candidates.
Yeah.
This is something that you do not see in Germany. I feel
Yeah.
like in Germany,
Yeah.
people's political
I'm not gonna hate on it. Because like I'm very much a very understanding guy. I don't try to force my ideas and ideology and beliefs and anything on anyone. I'm very open to understanding people, and I genuinely don't have a problem with this. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't. Right, I'll have a country flag or something of the sort like that, but I'm not gonna, publicly just voice my opinion on politics with bumper stickers and flags in my freaking backyard. Well, in the front, because it's not in the back, in the front of my property. I'm not gonna do that, but it's something that I understand. You're being patriotic, whatever. Go at it. Just don't take it overboard, please, because a lot of people who are patriotic take things way too far.
leanings are much more private for the most part, or at least are not displayed like a sports team flag. It's
Right.
like so funny. You'll see, a bumper sticker with a
Trump
political candidate and then an
2024
NFL team.
Biden or
It's
something.
like,
Yeah.
feels like it's a sport. Kind of wild to see. This one is quite interesting, and it is shared by many Americans that I know that went over to Europe and now come back in the States, and also with Laura, is that for the first few days of coming back to the States, you feel just a little bit sick.
When I started eating American food, I got really sick. My tummy hurt, and then I started to get all bloated and had depression. That was from something else, but nonetheless, the food made me
Depression?
sick. That was my reverse culture shock. Oh, gotta take this. Yep, go for mine.
It's kind of like this low-grade nausea. And it happens to me almost every single time I come back to the States after being in Germany for a prolonged period. And my theory is that my body, having lived in Germany for many months at a time, has
Adjusted.
gotten used to not having all of these American chemicals and preservatives and stuff in the food. And then when I come back to the States and start eating American food, my body is just shocked at the amount of chemicals.
Yeah, I do actually think this is a factual thing for a lot of people. I've never experienced it before. I don't know. I'm a weird human. I remember there was this one time this girl had food poisoning, and I told her to get me some of the food that she has, meaning from the same store. She had food poisoning. I didn't. I just have a weird body, right? Meaning that I rarely have food reactions. In fact, I don't. Right? I don't. So yeah, but I've heard a lot of people having these actually issues. Like you can leave from state to state and actually experience these particular things, literally.
Different things that we put in our food, and it has like a negative reaction to it.
We are going to a high school football game.
So
Woo! Sunset! Do you have the face paint? Having football, my football, American football, be the most popular sport. Obviously, in Germany, American football is a smaller sport, more of a niche sport. It is growing, but it is not popular like the way it is here in the States. We went to a high school football game, and it was so fun and cool to see just how football-centric American culture is. The whole community
It really is. Like basketball is my sport. Football is. I'll watch football. Don't get it twisted. I'll watch it, but I'm not with it. I'm not with it at all. I'm a basketball guy, full on. Ask me anything about basketball, I'll tell you. Ask me anything about football, I'll be like, I don't really know, gangster. I don't really know. I forgot, because it's not important. I don't really like football like that, and I don't rock with soccer either. I know players and teams, but I don't rock with it like that. It's just basketball is the only sport that I care about. Period.
to this high school football game, little kids, the youth teams, all the way up to parents and grandparents, and seeing how
Everybody just vibes.
football is just a very prominent and important part of American culture. I love that. It is so fun. High school sports are great. Football is great. And it is very positively shocking for me to be back in that.
So picture this, is the first couple days that I'm back here in the States, I picked up Laura, we're about to head south on a little road trip. We stop at sort of this drive-through cafe, coffee shop place, and the cashier
Already?
is so talkative and so friendly and asking, hey, so what are you guys up to today? And I actually froze for a second thinking, that's none of your business, why would you ask me? Then I kind of realized again, okay, I'm back in the States. It's just totally normal to have this
I get
small
that.
talk, friendly interaction with people. Always like when you're paying by card or something, and it takes a couple seconds. There's that kind of little moment. That's when oftentimes people will be like, so what are you doing today? It's just your classic American friendliness, but this does not happen in Germany at all. And so I was really shocked when that happened to me during my first couple days back here in the States.
Yeah.
Now I'm back used to it again. You guys know I love the pleasant American small talk.
Yeah, listen, some people don't like it. Hey, I'ma love it. Ain't nothing wrong with conversating with another human, man. Let's have something to say. Like, I'm not a talkative person, but if we talking it up, we gonna talk it up. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna shun you for, nah, bro. Let's have a blast, man. Like, a little small talk. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Talk. It is a beautiful, beautiful thing. But when you've
Beautiful.
been in Germany for a long time and you've gotten used to
you're like, ooh.
German interactions or lack thereof, some cashier that you don't know asking you, what are you up to today? Or what are you up to this weekend? Felt a little invasive at first glance.
What you have here is a strip mall, okay? And I know what you're thinking. Not that kind of strip.
Strip mall, it's basically a mall where the stores open to the outside. There's a big parking lot here. There's so many strip malls in the United States. Basically, all of our stores and infrastructure is built around strip malls.
Yeah. This is a bunch of stores on the road.
It's basically a big old parking lot because everything revolves around the car. Then you've got a bunch of stores lining the outside of the parking lot.
I always think about the German Fußgängerzone, or pedestrian areas, the shopping areas in Germany, and how much more pedestrian-oriented they are compared to the car-centric American strip mall.
So I mentioned strip malls. We have one of those kind of close to our house. Maybe it's a kilometer away. And Laura and I have been very European. We've been walking down to the strip mall to the coffee shop. And during this walk, we kind of noticed basically how much of an afterthought pedestrians are. Like how long it takes for the light to turn green for the pedestrians compared to the cars. Get a real sense of the car supremacy in the United States. The pedestrian is a second-class citizen compared to drivers of cars. It's also interesting that there's certain places on the road where I feel like in Germany there would be crosswalks here, or the kind of like natural crossings for pedestrians.
Makes
but
sense.
At least in the area that
There's
I live, there are
nothing.
not crosswalks there, so we always have to jaywalk to get across the street.
New York is probably the best place, or the only place, I'm just going to say the only for now, in the United States where you're going to have crosswalks at the right places. And you're kind of priority there than the cars, because you walk majority. To drive in New York City is not easy. It's not nice. It's like a nightmare, bro. I'm telling you, it is horrible. It is horrible to drive in New York, and pedestrians are like gods in New York City. I'm telling you that.
We just crossed the street, but we had to wait a long time because there's no crosswalks and everything is more made for the cars. So it's pretty sad, and it's just the amount of homeless people and tents everywhere, especially driving around the city on a lot of different intersections. There are always homeless people with signs asking for money there, or groups of people, or a lot of tents off on the side of the road, and kind of like these little tent communities. It's very sad, and it's pretty shocking to see, especially after living in a small German town for so many years, where this just does not really exist. How incomprehensibly large the United States is. I really noticed this with driving down to Yosemite with Laura the other week, and we're just driving for hours and hours and hours and barely passing through another state. You know, it took like 7 hours to get through my state to the next state. We are moving through Southern Oregon now, soon gonna cross into the Nevada border. If you drive...
Nah, Mito. Let me get that. Let me get that flight.
Like that in Europe, you're going to be driving through 3 different countries with 3 different cultures,
Easily.
3 different languages.
Easily.
Of course, yeah, we've got pretty populated cities, but the space in between there,
It's
is wild to
insane.
think about. When we drove down to Yosemite, we went for an hour and a half without seeing another building or a gas station. It actually got kind of scary. We were worried that we were going to get stranded in the middle of nowhere. All right, guys, that's all for today. I want to give a shout out again.
Yeah, and whether you believe it or not, it's actually easy for you to actually run out of buildings and gas stations in the United States. Listen. The United States is really amazing. It's a wonderful place. It gets a lot of hate. You know, maybe it deserves some of the hate that it gets, but definitely some of the hates that the United States have received are just not necessary, in my humble opinion. But Europe, the United States, both beautiful places. You know, shout out to Africa and Asia. You know, the 2 A's, right? This world is just one big beautiful, you know, mystery land that we just should go out there and explore and, you know, interact with as many cultures as we possibly can and see the differences between, you know, ours and theirs and what makes us special and what makes them special, because whether we believe it or not, without them we would not be special. So go ahead and experience, man, and don't live a miserable life just hating on another culture or another place just because it's different. Like, come on, man, live life and just enjoy life. But either ways, man, I'm out of here. Thank you for watching. Peace.